up, kiddos? Trowbro back with another drawing with Trowbro. Today we're going to be looking at the artist Piet Mondrian. Now, Piet Mondrian is an artist who tried to simplify his artwork to its basic elements. And you're saying, Mr. Trowbridge, what does this all mean? Well, he tried to think of the most simplest colors, which would be the primaries, red, blue, and yellow. And the simplest values, light and dark, or black and white. So, we've got red, blue, yellow, we've got black and white, and then he tried to think of the most simplest lines. You got vertical lines going up and down, and we got horizontal lines going left and right. And so his artwork usually involved just those three things: red, blue, yellow, black, white, horizontal and vertical lines. So a lot of rectangles, a lot of squares. It's super simple, but it's very beautiful and striking just because of its boldness and its simplicity. So get your pencils ready and let's get started.
Okay, so here I've got my ruler. I'm going to need this, super important, because this is going to allow me to draw straight lines. You can see on Piet, he's got all these lines that go up and down. And so, if you don't have a ruler, okay, you really just need something with a straight edge. So, you could use a book, you could use another piece of paper, really anything that's completely straight. And I'm going to start with drawing a nice, long, vertical line on the left, giving me a long rectangle on the left. Then, from that line, I'm going to draw a horizontal line, but it's not going to go all the way through. It's going to start right on that line and then go straight over. So I've drawn two lines. I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'm just going to draw a little line to that first line. Then from there, I'm going to draw a line straight down, so it kind of makes like a T inside that rectangle on the left. So now I got three squares over there, three rectangles. I'm going to come over here and then draw a line up. This is going to give me a nice big red square, just like the one on the left. And then below that square, I'm going to draw three lines. It's going to give me three little rectangles on the bottom. And then up here in this long rectangle, I'm going to divide it in half, giving me another rectangle. Now, if you feel like I'm going too fast, you can hit the pause button. You can hit the rewind button. You know, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Okay, now that I have all my nice lines drawn, I'm going to get a black crayon. It's actually an oil pastel, but you can use a black crayon. I like using crayons because when I paint it here in a second, it's going to give like all of my shapes kind of like a little wall. It'll stop the paint from going into the other shapes. So I'm pressing down nice and hard so my oil pastel looks black. I don't want it to look gray. I want it to be nice and black, just like Piet's, the one on the left over here on my iPad. So now I'm pressing down over all the lines, and you can see that all of my shapes that I've made are rectangles and squares. All right, I'm trying to keep this super duper simple. Ooh, I pushed down too hard, my oil pastel broke. That's okay. I'm gonna keep going. Now my oil pastels are a little messy, so just be careful not to like drag your hand, like the bottom of your palm on it, because it can like smear it. So just going down, tracing over all of my lines, making sure they're nice and black. And then, as soon as I'm done, it is time to paint. I love this project. It's super simple, and yet it's so visually striking. Like, it's just very bold. I think our eyes are just gravitated to simplicity. We just like it when it's nice and easy. And then I am now ready to paint. I'm going to be using watercolor to paint this, and if you don't have watercolor, you can use crayons or colored pencils or markers, whatever it is you have. Now, since I'm using watercolors, though, it's really important that my colors are bright and bold. And so the way you make your colors bright and bold with watercolor is you swirl that paintbrush in the paint. It'll make it nice and bright. We want to make sure that we're using red and not pink. Don't forget that when you paint, we only are going to use the primary colors, which are red, blue, and yellow. Now, if you want to, you can follow along with me. You can color the exact same rectangles I color yellow, or you can do your own thing and just kind of look at the picture on the left. Sometimes he's got two yellow rectangles touching. Sometimes he has like a lot of white on here. It's really up to you. I'm going to make, like some of these rectangles red, some of them blue. I do like the big red square that he did, so I'm going to do mine like that too. I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to watch me paint it, because I would like to see, what kind of choices that you guys make. It's okay to copy me, because I'm copying Piet Mondrian, and so like it's totally okay for artists to copy other artists. That's kind of how we learn. So copy me, or you can try to explore and maybe do some experiments and see what you think works for your art. Can't wait to see it. For this last rectangle, instead of using black paint, I'm going to use the black oil pastel. I don't feel like my watercolor gets super black, so I'm going to use oil pastel. And after that, I'm all done with my Piet Mondrian minimalist art.
Well, kiddos, I hope you had fun making our Piet Mondrian artwork. Make sure that you keep practicing art. Stay tuned to my channel because we're always making new stuff. And I'll see you next time on Drawing with Trowbro.